There are shapes pressed into the soil that refuse to vanish. They are spoken of as ancient giants. The earth keeps their footprint like a seed. Week 2 of the Hidden Earth series. Somewhere beneath the sediment, testimony waits. What counts as civilization can be a stubborn shadow. The giants do not demand worship. They stand as thresholds to another time. Then the evidence seems to rise from the dust like a low fog. In places around the world, stones align into myths of height. In other places, giant footprints press into bedrock. Some call them megaliths, some call them reminders. What if these traces are not monuments, but memories? What if the map of their world is a mirror for ours? The Middle Years have a weight all their own. Archaeology meets imagination and suspicion becomes part of the field. Quarried columns stand like dry rivers from a fossil age. Footnotes sometimes feel like whispers in a tomb. Some sites refuse to yield neat explanations. Diverse cultures speak in silence about a different scale. Perhaps the giants were not merely physical beings. Perhaps they were custodians of roots or rites or long memories. What if the giants were guardians of Earth's old wisdoms? What if their bones carry the tremor of tectonic time? What if the clay remembers more than our notebooks reveal? The search presses forward with careful hands and quiet questions. When we look, we see not certainty but invitation. The giant story expands beyond laboratories and maps. It invites humility, patience, and a willingness to listen. If there is a civilization beneath our feet, it asks us to slow down. It asks us to weigh legend with restraint, myth with observation. The planet is older than any estimate, and our questions are young. The power of a possibility can be gentler than a verdict. The idea of giants can deepen our sense of scale and responsibility. And in that depth, we meet something essential about ourselves. Perhaps truth rests in the practice of inquiry. Perhaps the giants teach us to listen to the ground beneath us. Perhaps the discovery is the patience to suspend certainty. We learn to live with questions rather than comfortable answers. We learn to walk gently toward evidence and reverence. The story becomes a practice of ethics, not a verdict. If a civilization existed, it would reinstate awe, not ownership. If a trace endures, it invites us to reimagine our own roots. The earth as archive is a living classroom. The giants remind us that time outlasts the loudest claims. The night sediment and column and quarry become a syllabus. In the end, the planet remains the primary author. Our task is to listen with clean hands. Our task is to learn without conquering. Our task is to hold space for mystery and responsibility. If there were giants among us, they would ask us to be better. The question of civilization would become a mirror for our ethics. The path is not to claim a definitive past. The path is to cultivate curiosity that honors the earth. The path is an invitation to become more careful with what we call evidence. The path is the practice of wonder without ownership. And so we return to the ground and to ourselves. If you want to explore your own path, the Life Saga app is there. The giants stay in the margins of maps and memory. The giants stay as questions we carry forward. The life saga asks us to turn inward, even as we look outward. The journey is personal, as much as collective. The life saga continues inside you.